Greetings, Fright fans, and welcome to Unlucky number 13 here, day 13 of our Howling Halloween countdown. So we'll keep this thing rolling. Yesterday we looked at a more modern film, Dog Soldiers. I believe from 2002 it was. That was a good one, Dog Soldiers. What's tonight's movie going to be? Let's find out here. Reach into our jack-o'-lantern here and see what we shall get. Tonight's movie is going to be, get this out of here. This is a fun one, Lone Wolf. One of my favorite subgenres is heavy metal horror, which was especially big in the 1980s, much like the hair of the rockers back then. Tonight's film is an ultra low budget indie film from 1988 called Lone Wolf. It tells the story of the small town of Fairview, Colorado that is plagued by a series of vicious dog attacks, which, as we quickly discover, are really the work of a werewolf. The story revolves around a group of high schoolers that all look like they're in their 30s.
Watch it. He might have a switchblade. Let's kick his ass. Maybe we should kiss his ass. Yeah, come on.
Okay. Somehow I don't think these guys quite understand how insults work. Anyway, Eddie is the new kid in town. He's also the singer in a rock band that plays in a local club by night. We oddly never learn the name of his band, despite seeing them play several times. The police, including the chief and Lieutenant Kaminsky, are investigating the string of attacks. Meanwhile, some of the high school kids realize a werewolf is responsible and are tracking down the beasts themselves, including Eddie, the school nerd Joel, the popular girl Julie, the loner chick Deirdre, and her sidekick Colleen. Joel uses the latest cutting-edge technology to deduce the location of the next possible attack, the school itself. He melts down some of his father's old silver trophies and makes silver bullets. The film culminates at the Fairview Winter Costume Ball, an annual costumed event complete with rock band and $500 scholarship award for best costume. Here we get the highlight of the film, an awesome attack scene at the ball where the werewolf goes on a full-out rampage.
Bitch in costume.
How dare you raise your hand to me?
Talk about spiking the punch. This film has some nice highlights, including a surprisingly effective transformation scene, especially considering its micro budget. Now, to be fair, the acting is pretty amateurish and the film drags badly in parts. It features several songs throughout the film that all range from bland to decent, all performed by the band Tykes, except one by the band Cast of Thousands. Directed by John Callis, filmed in Colorado. A lot of reviews for this film will tell you it was shot on video, but don't believe it. It was a 35mm film released on video that's never had a DVD transfer. I think it's about high time. It's a fun little whodunit as the identity of the werewolf is kept secret till the very end. Fans of horror rock, B-movies, and werewolf oddities will dig this one. 3 skulls. Lone Wolf, 1988, 3 out of 5 skulls. I tell you, it's a member of one of my very favorite subgenres, the heavy metal horror or rock and roll horror subgenre. I just am a big fan of movies with rock and roll and metal bands and horror movies. They go together super well, and there's tons of movies. Maybe that'll be next year's Halloween countdown, who knows? But it is definitely one of my favorite subgenres, and there's more movies in that genre than you might think. Lone Wolf is definitely one of the more low budget of the entries in that genre, and it definitely shows. It's got it. It's definitely got that low budget feel to it, and you know it's enjoyable though still. But I don't like movies despite their low budget. I usually like them because what I can see is the effort and the fact that they pushed past obstacles in order to get this movie made. And I really, as a filmmaker, appreciate that. So I like Lone Wolf, definitely fun. It's here on YouTube, you guys can find it. So check that one out. It's also available on VHS, so you can track down a copy if you want to get an original copy. They're kind of expensive though. I had a friend that made me a dub off of his. But Lone Wolf, 1988, definitely one to check out, worth tracking down. And that's it for tonight. Be sure and join me back here tomorrow night for another Howling Halloween Countdown as it continues. And until then, this is Dr. Gangrene saying, stay mad.